everyone, and welcome. Today I'm really gonna push the limit on my poucho noodles, but it sounds like a good idea, so we're gonna give it a go. I am going to try and make a Fiery Hawaiian Pizza poucho noodles. So let's get busy. What are my ingredients going to be? I got a can of crushed pineapples, and that is a 20-ounce can. We're going to put some jalapenos in it, obviously pizza sauce, some red bell peppers, and I bought this John Morrell 95% fat-free minced cube ham. I tried to get my ham steaks, which are 98% fat-free, but they were out of stock, so we'll have to go with this. And then obviously some sriracha sauce to finish that off. And I may need to add some tomato juice, which I got a 12-ounce can of V8 to thin it out a little bit. So let's get busy. These are 8 ounces each. I got 3 packets, so that's 1.5 pounds of diced ham. There's my 3 packets of that. And then we're going to add 1 diced red bell pepper. Now, if you just wanted to make a Hawaiian without the heat, then you wouldn't add these, but I'm going to put some sliced jalapenos in there. I might chop those up a little bit. That's going to add me a nice heat to that. Used to get the Fiery Hawaiian from Domino's, but they don't make it anymore. That was my favorite pizza. Add another spoon of that. Alright. Now I bought 2 cans of this in case I need it, but we'll see if one will do. And I am going to put this juice and all into the skillet. This is, it doesn't have the syrup. It says it's packed with 100% pineapple juice. I didn't get the one with syrup. That's why I'm not draining it, because we like that pineapple juice. Alright, I am going to put that on max start, and we're going to cook this until those peppers start to soften up on high maximum heat, and I'll see you when I'm ready to add the rest of that. Okay, I've let that cook on high for about 10 minutes, and I've stirred that occasionally. That just kind of softens up the peppers a little bit. I can really smell that pineapple, and it is smelling good. Alright, let's turn this down for now. Stick it on medium. Now I'm going to add my 3 jars of pizza sauce. Now I think you can use any pizza sauce you want, but I like the Costco's Chicago pizza sauce. So I'm just going to dump that in there. And that tastes pretty good. And it isn't too thick. But I'm going to go ahead and add the V8 12-ounce can to that. I drink one of those every morning. That is my breakfast. I love those. Ice cold V8. I freeze-dried some of that too. V8 freeze, you ought to check that video out. V8 freeze-dries very well and reconstitutes very well. I probably need to do some more of that. Buy the big jar though, not the cans. Next time it's on sale, I think I'll do some more V8. Alright, look at that. That smells very pizza-y. Look at that taste. That's going to be good. Now, again, if you don't want a hot one, you wouldn't use the hot sauce or the jalapenos. I'm trying to recreate the Fiery Hawaiian. So we're going to start off with about 1, 2, 3 teaspoons. And we'll go from there. Obviously you're going to put the pepper in if you use it to your taste. And this is looking good. Got a little kick to it. I'm going to put 1 more teaspoon in there. Because I want to taste the heat on this one. Yeah, we're there. Definitely don't need that second can of pineapple. So what I'm going to do, ooh, that's got some heat to it. What I'm going to do is let that simmer on medium heat just for about 10 minutes. And then I got a decision to make. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, I got a couple more minutes to go on that. So I thought we'd talk about my dilemma. Obviously, being pizza, we want to add some mozzarella cheese. Now, my worry is we are going to make this kind of thickish. When I add my 1 cup of water to the ramen noodles, it reconstitutes the noodles very nicely. And then I stir up, and that soaks up all the 2 pucks. And that makes a pretty thick sauce. And I'm going to have a dilemma of whether to put the shredded mozzarella separately in the bag, and then, you know, so when you stir it up, it reconstitutes the sauce and the mozzarella cheese shredded, or whether to put the shredded cheese in with this. What I don't want to do is have my poucher noodle and be eating it with crunchy mozzarella. If I was guessing, you know, if you were going to cook it, then you wouldn't have to worry about it, I don't think, because eventually through the cooking it would totally suck up. But we're going to let it sit and only reconstitute for 4 minutes. So that's my dilemma. And I think what I'm going to do, let's put 1 pouch, these are 2 8-ounce pouches of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to put 1, well, wait a minute, we're going to put some Parmesan cheese in there too. We got to put Parmesan cheese in there as well. Let's see what we got here. That's 2/3 of a cup of Parmesan. Give that a stir. I think I'm going to put that in with it. So we added 1 cup of Parmesan cheese grated to that. And that really added a lot to that flavor, let me tell you. I'm glad I remembered that. Okay. I'm going to turn that for medium-low for now. So let's put 1 8-ounce pack in there and see what the consistency is like. 1 8-ounce pack of low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese. I'm going to let that melt up in there. Okay, so I've mixed that in pretty well. It took a lot of stirring to get that, make sure that cheese gets all melted in there and distributed evenly. And it is starting to taste actually very, very nice. But I think, rather than take the risk, it's a one shot on this one, so if I want to get it right, I'm going to go ahead and add the whole 1 pound of mozzarella cheese to the mix, instead of freeze drying some of that separately. I don't want crunchy mozzarella cheese. I want it to rehydrate nice. Well, I wish you could smell this. It smells good. It smells like a pizzeria. That's good. Now I'm going to put that on low. Put the lid on that. We're going to simmer that for 10 minutes while I clean up my mess here. And boy, did I make a mess. Okay, I just had that on low for about 5 minutes while I wiped everything up. Just want to give that cheese enough time to totally melt in there. And it's definitely in there because it's one to string. That, I can imagine, is going to be very good with some noodles. So, let me turn it off. Let me take one more test. I like that. That's good. Now I'm going to let that cool down while I get my trays set up, and we'll put them in the molds. Let's get molding her up. Look at that cheese wanting to string even inside the mix. That's a good sign. I think that'll rehydrate nicely. Okay, so there we have 6 discs. I need, I'm going to make 12 pouches, so that'll be 24 discs. And got 18 more to do. I'll do that off camera. I'll let these cool down a little bit, and then I'll pop them in the freezer until they're frozen solid. I'll then remove them out of the molds and place them onto the tray. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so there's my 18. And I did have some left over, so I'm going to put that in the fridge, and I'm going to have that for lunch tomorrow with some crunched up crackers. Make about a bowl of that. So I'll move on to my ramen noodles. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so just a really quick thing. I'm going to go over how I do my ramen. I've done a series of these poucho noodles, and I don't always go through the process of doing the ramens, and I should, because you, the viewer, might only be watching this video and not seeing how to do the ramen noodles if I don't put it in. But you ought to check out the rest of these poucho noodles, because just about every one of them I've been totally impressed with. So what I buy is these pouches of ramen noodles, and I buy them by, in the box of 12 pouches per thing, because they're like $3. It's really cheap. And it don't really matter what flavor you get, because the flavor's in this little pouch right here, and I just save that. And it goes in the junk drawer, and if I need some seasoning for something, I use that. So what you get is you get a disc, or I don't know, square like that. And what they've done is they've made these ramen noodles, and then they fold it over, so this has a fold in it. So I just take my knife, kind of work that fold apart, run it down the middle like that, and that's it. So that is one serving, and that is one serving. You get 2 servings. Then I just kind of do the best I can to get it to fit in my pan. They don't fit perfectly, so I just do something like that, get it halfway laid down. And so some might be asking, well, why do you freeze dry them? Well, these come in a very flimsy package, and I want to make sure there's absolutely no moisture in these. Let me see if these got a date on them. I think I was reading somewhere that these last for 2 years or 3 years from the manufacturer date. These are good until January, February, March 8th, 2023. So that's, say, a year. Maybe it's only a year or two from today. So some people were concerned about the longevity of these. Well, if that'll keep a year in this with no O2 absorbers, no protection really at all, I think if once we freeze dry that and get any extra moisture out of that, and we put an O2 absorber in there, that I am confident I'll get 10 years and probably 20 years out of these. So, of course, not having done it, I can't guarantee that. You'll have to see me in 20 years. Okay, so I'll finish packaging these up. I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 packs there, and then I just put one there, a piece there, a piece there, a piece there, and a piece there. And that would be 12 pieces or 6 packs of these noodles. And then I'm going to stick them in the freezer along with my sauce that's already frozen solid. Get this frozen solid, and then we'll pop that in the freeze dryer once I'm ready to fire it up. So I will see you when they all come out of the freeze dryer. And there we have it, my beautiful Hawaiian pizza poucho noodles, looking good. So I'm going to package these up in my poucho noodle pouches. And I get these bags from topmylar.com. I'll talk to you about them more when we do a reconstitution test. But what I thought I'd talk to you through while I package one of these is, remember I had some left over and I was going to crumble up some crackers and put that, have a bowl of that and eat it as a soup. Well, I decided I had some Doritos. And I thought, why don't I just heat that bowl of this sauce up and use it as a dip? Let me tell you, that stuff was absolutely amazing. This is delicious as a dip. So when you got some left over from the recipe, why don't you try that? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, my Doritos weren't scoops, and it obviously don't stick to the chip well like a cheese would. So, but if you had those Frito scoops, oh my gosh, that was really good. So what I'm doing here is I am putting, let's get it open. I'm opening the pouch. I put 1 square of the ramen and 2 discs of the sauce, the magic sauce. And it looks like that. And I like to package it all up and Ziploc it shut. Get them out of the environment as much as possible, and it's going to become more and more important to do that as the humidity grows this summer. And then I'll go back and I'll open these up, and I'll open my O2 absorbers, and I'll put a 300cc O2 absorber in each pouch, Ziploc it shut again, and heat seal it. But I don't like to keep let my O2s get exposed too long, and I want to get this packaged before too long too. So next time you see me, we'll be doing a taste test, and I'm going to get busy packing. I'll see you then. Okay, I just got home from work, and I'm hungry, so it's time to do my taste test on the Hawaiian Pizza poucho noodles. Now, I will tell you before I open this up that because I put pineapples in this, I ran this for about 40 hours. Because, you know, pineapple's notorious for taking forever. I mean, it said it was done a lot earlier than that. I don't normally give times, but I made sure I ran this for 40 hours because I want to make sure that that pineapple that I mixed in here dried out. So, let's get this open and taste testing it. I'm hungry. Alright, we'll take my O2 absorber out. That's what it looks like on the inside. And we're gonna add my usual 1 cup of boiling water straight out of the kettle. Lock that shut. And my noodles are on that side, and I like to drench my noodles for the first soak. So I'm going to turn it like that, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Okay, that has been sitting for 2 minutes. Let's give it a mix. And all I'm doing is just making sure that all those 2 discs of sauce gets kind of broken up in there, which it did pretty easily. Some of the cheese want to stick to my fork. So that's the first mix. Boy, that just tasted good, just what I ate off that fork. Alright, I'll make sure I got that sealed. Alright, so that has now been sealed and stirred, and we'll wait for another 2 minutes. So I'll see you in 2 more minutes, and then I can dig in, and I'm hungry. Okay, that has been another further 2 minutes for a total of 4. Let's give it one more stir. And it's looking and smelling good. Smells like pizza. So these are, I'll just tell you about the bags because I buy these bags from topmylar.com. And it's called a single meal pouch. And I like them because they're a shallow pouch that you can reach from the bottom and you can kind of eat it for, like a ball. And this, if I were in a survival situation, I could eat this right out of the pouch and enjoy that meal. And they have offered for my viewers a good discount. So if you spend $50 or more at topmylar.com and use promotion code BIBS, B-I-B-S, you can save $5. So that's a pretty good deal. Alright, but we're not going to eat it from the pouch today because I like to demonstrate the texture of what we freeze dried. So I'm going to put that in a bowl. Look at that. That looks good. Oh yeah, that looks and smells delicious. Now, we're going to have to get a thumbnail on this. So I got some fresh grated cheese. This is sharp cheddar. I used all my mozzarella in the sauce. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there for the photo. Does that look good or what? Okay, here's where the magic comes in. We are going to do a taste test. Oh man, I'm hungry. Noodles are perfectly rehydrated there. My mouth is watering. Oh my gosh. That, my friends, is a success. As y'all know, I wasn't sure, being pizza sauce, how this would all come out. But let me tell you, this is absolutely gorgeous. A little bit of kick with the hot sauce, which I like. That's why I'm calling it a Fiery Hawaiian, after Domino's. The ham, I think you would want to keep those, if you use ham, steak or something, cut it up in small chunks so that it rehydrates real quick. Man, this is delicious. This is absolutely delicious. I'm not going to say no more about it. I'll get you a close-up of this. Look at that. Does that look good or what? You guys got to try that. And well, there's another great success by John and Bibbs. Hope you enjoyed it. I thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.